Overall, has technology helped to connect people or to isolate them? My name is Emily Reed, and today I will propose that overall, technology and smartphones in particular have helped to isolate people from others. The average smartphone user checks their device 47 times a day, 17,155 times a year. 85% of smartphone users will check their device while speaking with friends or family. 80% of smartphone users check their phone within 1 hour of waking or going to sleep, 35% of which will do within 5 minutes. 47% of smartphone users have attempted to limit their usage in the past, only 30% of which feel they were successful. All previously mentioned statistics are from the Deloitte Global Mobile Consumer Survey. This has become such an issue that it is now popular to give your phone a bedtime so it does not harm your sleep. Deaths caused by distracted driving, the most common form of this being texting and driving, amounted to 3,477 people in the year 2015. Injuries amounted to 391,000, which is more than the number of injuries caused by drunk driving that year. We have become so addicted to our smartphones, it is injuring hundreds of thousands of people every year. Is this truly connecting people to others? In a survey conducted in 2014, 64% of American adults reported that they owned a smartphone, and 46% of the users highlighted that their smartphone was something that they, quote, could not live without. Excessive phone usage is incredibly damaging to friendships and families, and I have seen it happen myself. Next time you go to a restaurant, pay attention to the families around you, and pay attention to the interactions happening at each table. Many families spend their time staring at screens rather than interacting with one another. I notice myself having similar tendencies. When I feel awkward, I whip out my phone and rely on a distracted look to make me seem not awkward. Our smartphones are something that we as a society have come to rely on. When someone becomes disinterested in a conversation that's happening in the same room they're in, they get their phone out and scroll mindlessly on a social media app like Facebook or Instagram. Now we have new ways of being willfully distracted by technology with the rise of smartwatches. You can now receive texts and calls, and instead of having the trouble of getting your phone out of your pocket to check it, you can see it right on your wrist. My sister recently told me that she is purposefully taking her smartwatch off of her wrist on the weekends because it has become too much of a distraction, and she wants to focus more attention on the people around her. Now, I do understand that technology has helped to connect people. Some have found family members that they never knew they had because of social media, and some have even found their soulmate. But have we taken it too far? Have we forsaken the people who are right in front of us for those behind a screen? I believe that we have. I'm not arguing that technology is inherently bad, but I am arguing that we have taken the gift of technology and abused it. In the article, Smartphone Addiction, Daily Interruptions, and Self-Reported Productivity, Eilish Duke and Christian Montag wrote, quote, though not an official diagnosis, several researchers have demonstrated how classic addiction symptomology may be applicable in the context of smartphone overuse, including loss of control. An example of this would be distortion of time spent on the phone, preoccupation with the smartphone, withdrawal symptoms, and negative effects on our social and work lives. Clearly, smartphone and technology overuse have negative effects on our brain and our ability to relate to others face-to-face. In my own experience as a college student, I have noticed a rise of awkwardness when relating to others. Many people are open about being awkward, and social anxiety is more prevalent now than ever before. In the article, Smartphone Addiction and its Relation to Social Anxiety and Loneliness Among University Students in Turkey, the authors wrote, as expected in individuals with increased social anxiety symptoms, the risk of addiction to smartphones increased because social anxiety causes the avoidance of real-time relationships. Furthermore, virtual socialization can alleviate the fear or concern of demonstrating physical signs of physiological arousal symptoms, which are core symptoms of social anxiety. In the present study, which included 367 university students, approximately 95% had an account on a social networking site, and 41% of them identified accessing their accounts as the main reason to use a smartphone. Although the reasons for excessive smartphone use may differ, both social anxiety and loneliness were found to be related to excessive smartphone use in this study. I have shown how technology has become addictive in our society and thus affecting our relationships with others and even causing increased social anxiety. I have also discussed the statistics of cell phone addiction and how it has affected me personally. It is incredibly important that we face these problems head on as a society and work to make sure the epidemic doesn't continue. When interacting with one person or a group, keep your phone in your pocket. When interacting with not only will it help you to build relationships and relate to others, it will help your social skills, which are incredibly important in so many different areas of your life. Make sure that you never text and drive. This is very serious and could save someone's life. When you feel awkward in a situation, instead of turning to your phone, turn to a person and ask them questions about themselves, or make small talk instead of scrolling mindlessly through social media. These are just a few tips to helping with our cell phone addiction, and I plan to implement these as well. What measures will you take to keep your phone from isolating you? Thank you.